What's going on, you guys? Froster, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'll be doing the dragon on my own at the 4-minute mark with all the junglers that can do it. This video took me a very long time to make, so if you like it, please hit the thumbs up below and share it around for people to see. Alright, so the rules for killing the dragon are on the screen. I looked at quite a few games and took the average level and gold that each jungler has at the 4-minute mark. This came out to be level 4 with just a jungle item and a refillable potion, so that is what I'll be doing it with. If you got like a kill on somebody due to a successful gank and you have more money, then it should only be easier. Also, I will be using only one smite, since you'll most likely have just one smite up after clearing your jungle camps and doing the dragon at the 4-minute mark. I will not be allowed to use any buffs in this video, even though you're most likely to have at least one of them at this point in the game. Plus, the Runes and Masteries must be the ones that you would use on a champion in your standard game. And the final rule is the champion has to be able to clear all 4 of the dragons. On the screen right now you see the stats that each dragon has. There is a clear difference between dragons. Some junglers will be able to do, for example, the mountain dragon because it hits hard but it doesn't hit often, whilst not being able to clear the cloud dragon that hits often but not hard. I also have to quickly mention that clearing the dragon isn't always worth it because it does take time and it's also pretty risky. The dragon that will always be worth going for at the 4-minute mark is the infernal dragon, but all the other dragons are very situational. If you have like a Soraka on your team, then going for the Ocean Dragon will also be worth it. Or if you have top laners that tend to split push a lot, it will also be worth it to go for the Mountain Dragon as well. The Cloud Dragon, however, is never actually worth going for. First off, I want to mention, if you want to know the runes and mastery I use for each champion in this video, check the description. I will have all the runes and masteries listed there. Anyway, when it comes to clearing the dragon with Diana, there is only one small trick to it. Use your shield as much as possible whilst auto-attacking. If you have a blue buff, then doing the dragon becomes a lot easier, since you will be able to just spam Q and W with no problems at all. If you don't have a blue buff, you will have to just use your W on cooldown and maybe only one Q. Now, with Elise, you want to split the focus between you and your spiderlings if you're killing either the mountain or the infernal dragon, since they will do AoE damage on your spiderlings. Against the cloud and ocean dragon, you'll simply be able to just let your spiderlings tank all the hits for you, then switch back to human form, use Q and W to get your spiderlings back and let them tank the dragon again. Do remember, in order for the dragon to aggro your spiderlings, you will have to use the W ability in your spider form and walk slightly away from the dragon. Killing the dragon with Fiddlesticks is very straightforward and easy. All you have to do is auto-attack the dragon once so it jumps up and starts attacking you. After this you just use your drain constantly and you will kill the dragon. With Jax you have to be efficient, or you will not be able to do it. Meaning, to start the dragon you auto-attack it once. Then as soon as it jumps up you press Q to close the distance, and then you will have to constantly use W as an auto-attack reset. The dodge on his E will not work against the dragon's auto-attacks, since they are considered to be spells and not actual auto-attacks. On Kha'zix, all you have to do is use your Q on cooldown, and don't let the healing from your W go to waste, meaning don't use your W when you're a full HP. Apart from this, there is nothing else to it. Lee Sin has a very easy time soloing the dragon. To be able to do it, make sure that you use your spells correctly to keep your passive in full effect. The most important thing to use as often as possible is the second part of your second ability, because this will offer you a lot of sustain. With Nocturne, there is a small trick you have to remember in order to do it effectively. Since the dragon's auto attacks count as spells, you will be able to block them with your spell shield, gaining a good amount of attack speed for a little while in the process. Also, make sure that you keep standing on your trail left by your Q whilst you are hitting the dragon. On Nunu is very straightforward, you simply just have to spam your Q ability. Apart from this, make sure you use your W whenever it's up, and if you want to use your E ability, then use it when your passive is fully stacked, so it will cost you no mana. Now, for Shyvana, this is the most important champion to be doing dragon on because she actually gains something else from it. It does not matter which dragon it is. This is the only champion in the game where it will be worth it to always go for this tactic. The kill is pretty simple. You just have to use your E and W on cooldown and use your Q ability in combination with your E ability to gain maximum damage. You will be able to Q once in the downtime of your E ability on the dragon. Udyr is able to do the dragon, but only if he goes for the tiger stance. The only thing you'll have to remember on Udyr is that you have to keep your passive on 3 stacks for as long as possible. So switch between tiger and turtle stance right as your passive is about to go off. With Vi, it is very straightforward. All you have to do is make sure you use your Q to get extra W stacks on the dragon, and also use your E as an auto attack reset. That is it. On Warwick, you'll barely have to do anything. As soon as you get past the 50%, you can just stop doing anything and Warwick will auto-attack the dragon to death. The first 50%, you just use your Q as often as possible to heal with, and also use your smite to heal as well, whilst also speeding up the process. Then, for Xin, all you have to do is use your W on cooldown and get that extra auto attack from your Q by using it as an auto attack reset. With Zac, it is kind of tricky but quite easy at the same time. You have to make sure that you use your W as often as possible, and pick up your blobs whilst your W is on cooldown to get it back faster. And as a final one, we have Graves. With Graves, it is a completely different way of doing it, since he can't do the dragon straight up. You will have to get your passive stacked up to at least 6 stacks before entering the dragon pit. So what you can do is this. And this will only work on the blue side of the map, by the way. You start clearing your jungle, going from blue to Gromp to wolves. Then from wolves you have to make sure you do it in a way where you don't lose any passive stacks whilst running to your Wraith camp. In this video I made a slight mistake, but I fixed that mistake by flashing over the wall to keep my stacks going. Anyway, you don't want to finish your Wraith camp, instead you will go towards your red buff, guide it properly to get close to the dragon pit when you're about to kill it. At this point you should be starting the dragon with 2 smites, since you didn't use those whilst clearing, and you will still have 2 potions left. You will have to be at least 90% health in order to kill the dragon, so there is no room for mistakes whilst clearing your camps. This method will work for every single dragon, but I highly advise you only do this for the Infernal Dragon, because it just isn't worth it in any other situation. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do make sure to hit that like button right below, since this will help me out quite a lot. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!